Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of July 4th. This week, we are just going to jump right in here, Leo, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. This is a combination of the Good Tarot, the whatever the other one is there, Shaman's Dream Oracle, and also the Mystical Shaman Oracle as well, if you're wondering what that is. So there you go, Leo. But damn, Leo, is all I have to say. You definitely have the best reading this week for sure. The readings have been, I don't know, just kind of like meh. You know, it's like another one of those weeks. But your reading definitely looks rather positive. I'm not saying it's going to be perfect, but it looks good. You have the Moon card here. This is not the Moon card in the tarot. This is the Mystical Shaman Oracle Moon card. And so it is different than the Moon card in the tarot. But I do think that it's interesting that you have the Moon here. Then, sorry, you have the Sun in the Death card. The Death card has the two pillars from the Moon in the background. I'll show you in a minute. And the Sun is coming up between those two pillars. So I do feel more that this is like an ending of a cycle. You have two cards of a new beginning here, and we'll talk about that as well, the Chariot and the Ace of Swords. So I feel for a lot of you that you're coming off a new beginning. For whatever reason, I feel like saying a new understanding, which is different than a new beginning. I feel like you are just understanding things about life differently. You have a new perspective, and I feel like whatever it is, whatever change this is, whatever new perspective you are gaining here, I feel it's leading to, just a lot of success and just, I'm getting like a lot of opportunities coming in for you in the future because of your new perspective. It's kind of interesting because I feel like you're just making your life easier. It's like, and what I mean by that is it's like, I don't know, we all do things, right, to make our life harder. I am like the king of just being stubborn about certain things and doing things, like things need to be done in my life a certain way, right? But it's like if I just let go of that and I just like allow things to happen, or I do things, certain things differently, and I know I'm speaking generally here, but it's like if I try other ways of doing things that could be easier, typically my life gets easier, right? And I kind of feel that for you, where it's like I think there are like different understandings, belief systems, cycles coming to an end here. By the way, I'm shooting this video on the day of the Cancer new moon, the 28th. So it is interesting that it's coming up on the moon, but I kind of feel like there are certain things that you're doing that are just allowing your life to be easier. It's like, certain understandings. I don't know how else to say it. You have the Chariot, the Ace of Swords, and the Eight of Pentacles. The Chariot is kind of like a card of a new beginning because he's leaving that city behind him. And those two sphinxes, they represent mystery. They represent like the universe. The universe is guiding him on his journey. He doesn't really know necessarily where he's going. He kind of does, but he's allowing the universe to guide him. Those sphinxes are also pointing in two opposite directions. So it's kind of like he still has choice. He still has the ability to make choices, even though the universe is kind of like saying, you're going this direction. He has to operate within the laws of the road, but he still has some choices that he can make, how quickly he gets there, all sorts of stuff. So I don't know why that's popping into my head as important, but it is. So I definitely feel there's like a new beginning here. The Ace of Swords can represent a sacrifice. There's a palm frond right here. Palm fronds in the tarot can represent sacrifices, or kind of like making some sort of sacrifice, which is, again, weird. It's a word that's been coming up quite a bit in my readings lately, I would say for like the past year. And I feel like a lot of us are sacrificing things, but I don't think it's like literally sacrificing things. I think the thing that we're sacrificing is beliefs, certain beliefs that we have about whatever, literally everything. Like, I was making a joke about pizza the other day in a video. I mean, like, we could be sacrificing beliefs about pizza, right? It could be anything, basically. To me, it's Neptune and Pisces. Neptune and Pisces is a direct challenge to traditional belief, as I always say. So I feel like there are certain traditional beliefs. That's not the only part of it. To me, like, Neptune and Pisces is one of the craziest things that we're dealing with ever, right? And we'll be dead the next time that Neptune comes back to Pisces. Thank God, probably. But what I would say here is that I feel like there are like a lot of beliefs that you're changing. You could be sacrificing. These things are making your life easier. I get the word understanding on the Eight of Pentacles. The word understanding is actually comes from like the Masons. We would stand under a building to understand its structure and to make sure that it was structurally sound. That's where understanding, the word understanding comes from. That is popping into my head. I feel like you are like truly understanding something. You are looking at something from underneath it. Like I feel like you are truly understanding the ins and outs of a situation. I feel this could be financial for a lot of you, and because of that, I feel like you are increasing your finances. I also feel like this is kind of like a remedy as well for you, Leo. If you are trying to figure something out in life, if you're trying to start a business, trying to have a positive relationship or whatever, for whatever reason, I feel like getting into the guts of whatever it is kind of what this card is asking you to do. Really, that kind of makes sense. Eight of Pentacles is a card of mastery, so it's obviously if you're learning to master something, you don't just learn the outside of it, you learn the ins and outs of it, right? You learn everything about something if you are mastering something. So I feel for a lot of you that if you're like trying to make something work in your life, doesn't matter what it is, I would learn, I would go all the way is what this is asking you to do. I feel like it's saying you can't just scratch the surface. I kind of feel this is one of those moments, and this is striking me as a reading that is saying maybe you have an idea like for a business. I feel like saying you can be ridiculously successful if you learn the ins and outs, if you learn everything about it. If you just scratch the surface, if you just dabble, it's not going to work. So I feel like this is saying it's not a time for dabbling. I feel like it's a time for doing a cannonball into the deep end, right? Going all the way. So that's with anything that you're doing. It's kind of like how I feel with relationships. I think, modern day relationships, a lot of people start modern day relationships with one foot out the door already. And again, I'm not criticizing anyone here, but it's like, I see it with when I do answer questions, when I do personal readings, which I don't anymore, if you're wondering. It's like I would always get questions from people like, is this the right person? And when you think about it, that is a question that you're asking with one foot out the door. It's like, I think we should get into these situations more with curiosity, looking at it as a learning experience and just trying to have the best experience we can. Instead of being like, is this the person I'm going to marry? I feel like that's like one foot out the door type of energy. So and this is not just love, by the way, Leo. I feel like this is everything in your life. You have the fortunes wheel, basically, the wheel of fortune here. So I feel that the fortunes are turning in your favor. I see just like my life flashing before my eyes here. I really pretty intense energy, actually, that I just got off this card. I feel for a lot of you that maybe like the last year has been like that, has been like your life flashing before your eyes, like all these things rushing in. It's kind of interesting as well that the Wheel of Fortune, it like spins around. The wheel is always spinning with the Wheel of Fortune. We control the direction. But I kind of am seeing this more as like a movie, where it's like the past year maybe has been like a movie for you, where you've been seeing things from the past, asking questions about the past, very intense energy, like I said, that I get here. So I feel you have been having a lot of experiences like that, where you've been learning about the past. I feel like there have been like major changes going on that you've had to make, moments where you've had to step up, moments where you've had to take a step back. And it's like I see all this stuff. It's kind of weird how I'm feeling that. But I feel that it has led to this moment. You always get the Hermit. I always get the word teacher for you here, Leo. For whatever reason, I'm wondering if like a lot of you Leos are here to be teachers right now. And I don't mean literally like teaching at a school. I mean like teaching as in just by being an example for other people, you are teaching them things. And that seems to be like what you're doing with this Hermit energy. And you have the Hermit twice here. Whenever I get like a card here and then the same card here, to me, it can be the universe is kind of like zooming in on that card. So we're going to get more detail about the Hermit over here. You do have the Queen of Cups. I kind of feel like love is coming in for you here. Very interesting feeling. I feel for some of you, I get something about being a leader. For a lot of you, it's like I feel that you could be taking the lead in love. For some of you, it could be the opposite. You could be kind of connecting with a person who is a leader. Take it how it resonates, right? But for whatever reason, I feel like you're totally comfortable with this situation as well, which is interesting. It's like maybe some of you might be saying, hell no, I would never let someone, be the leader of the relationship. But I don't know, I feel like you could be meeting a person where you're totally comfortable with it, which is perfectly fine. For others, I feel like it's you. I do feel like it is you that is taking the lead here. And I feel like that's a thing that stands out. It's like whoever is coming in for you, I feel like they really truly want to be your support. You know, they want to enter into your life in a supportive position. So it feels very supportive to me here, Leo. You show up here, the sun definitely puts you in a position of power and strength. I feel like there's a lot of happiness with the sun. If you're making any changes as well, it is popping into my head that there could be a change that you're making, like moving, traveling. I feel like it's going to be very beneficial for you. I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your last reading. I got the same kind of message where I feel if you're making a move or a change, the change could be anything. You could be, going the move, I should say, could be like going from one job to another. You could be moving your office. You could be moving literally. You could be going from one gym to another, as I always say. Whatever the change is, I feel like it's going to be very beneficial. Next, you have the Hermit again. Like I said, I feel when this happens in a reading, it's basically the reading is just kind of putting our focus on the Hermit card. So you have the Justice card, the Death card, and the Knight of Swords. I feel that there's more balance coming into your life here. And I feel also that you're kind of, for whatever reason, I feel like you're kind of like doing things for the right reasons. That's what's popping into my head here. It's like maybe you're creating more success in your life, but you're not doing it for ego purposes. You're doing it to be successful. Like I feel like you're doing things with more reason is what I'm getting. I do also feel there could be a Libra coming in for you. I'm pretty sure in your last reading, you also had a Libra. The Death card, I'm almost positive every single person has had the Death card this week. So clearly we are in a time of great change, as I always say. And, we talk about this a lot. I feel a lot of us, it's interesting to me that the King is dead on the Death card. The King being dead on the Death card kind of represents the fact that nothing is immune to death. Everything dies. Everything goes through cycles and changes. And that's what that represents. Having said that, I do feel that we could be seeing a lot of that happening, not just right now, but, I don't know, until 2030, something, for a very long time. But especially, as I always talk about 2025. I feel like that's where we're going to see the peak of, certain things kind of falling apart and certain structures disappearing, things that we maybe thought would last forever, not lasting forever. And I feel a lot of you could be kind of having that happen with the Death card. But is it a bad thing? Probably not. You have the Page of Swords here. I feel like this could be someone rushing in with communication. I am getting something about don't go. Like those are the words that are popping into my head. We're going to have to clarify that, but I do feel for some of you there could be like a situation where a person doesn't want to let you go or doesn't want you to go for whatever reason. I can't get away from this leadership message here, Leo. What I will say, I feel like it's very important. Like for some of you, this could be in like business or work. I feel like if you are entering into a leadership position, I feel like it's super important that you lead, that you make sure that you are the leader. I don't know why it's popping into my head. Same thing in love as well. If you're attracting a person in love into your life and you're taking the lead and they are responding positively, I feel like it's because they want you to take the lead. And, I don't know who needs to hear that, but I would just take the lead, right? Just that simple. I feel like as long as all decisions are coming from you, it's like this person is perfectly happy to kind of not, I don't want to make it sound like this, but, I feel like they're perfectly happy to follow along. With the Chariot, you have the Five of Wands. I'm pretty sure you always get the Five of Wands with me. Five of Wands card, I call it Indiana Jones. To me, it's a card of taking a risk and getting some sort of reward for it. So, yeah, any adventures, I've been saying this to you for years now, I'm pretty sure. I feel like adventures are going to be literally profitable for you, financially. And if not financially profitable, could be, could create other forms of abundance as well. But definitely financially is what I would say to you here. With the Ace of Swords, you have the Two of Pentacles. Two of Pentacles, hard work. You're working on something new, Leo. I see the wheels turning. I see the gears spinning in your head. So I feel like for a lot of you, especially in work or business, especially if you have a business, I want to say, that there's a lot, the gears are spinning, new ideas, fresh new things are entering into your awareness. If things aren't going how you want, I feel like it's saying bigger are the words I'm getting. It's like if things aren't going as well as you expect them to, especially if you're trying new ideas, I feel like it's saying you're playing too small. I feel like you need to go think bigger And you might be thinking to yourself, I'm already thinking big. I feel like bigger is what I would say. I feel like you're going to surprise yourself. You know, it reminds me of this channel, not to toot my own horn here, but it's like when I started, you know, there were no YouTube tarot readers that had over 10,000 subs. It wasn't even a thing. So I never thought it was possible to have 10,000 subs. Never mind 600, whatever, 1,000 I have, right? So it's like, that's why what I mean by bigger. It's like, at the time when I started this channel, 10,000, I would have been shocked if I hit that number, right? So I feel like you need to not sell yourself short and realize that if you're like doing something in business or work, I feel like you need to not underestimate like what you are capable of doing. So I would dream big here. With the Eight of Pentacles, you have the Page of Pentacles. Remember, again, I feel like you're gaining an understanding. Makes perfect sense to me. Card of education, card of studiousness, card of learning, the Page of Pentacles. So it's like, again, if you're doing something, learn the ins and outs. It will make you more successful. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups, fortune after difficulty, happiness, happy home, happy family. I feel that if you're attracting love into your life, you could literally, you know, be attracting a person who you have a family with here with that Ten of Cups. With the Hermit, you have the Magician. Like I said, some sort of new beginning. We talked about this with the Chariot and the Ace of Swords, just kind of like the repeating itself as far as I'm concerned with that Magician. The Magician, he's literally pointing to the Death card, new beginning. So, like I said, just a repeat. With the Sun, you have the Hierophant, marriage. Like I said, some of you could definitely be attracting a person you're going to marry if you're looking for love. If you're not looking for love, traditional belief. It's funny that I was talking about Neptune and Pisces. You know, I feel a lot of you could be doing that. You know, it's interesting to me as well that I feel a lot of you could be, it's like, you know, I think sometimes we have certain beliefs that maybe hold us back, right? That our parents gave to us or whatever. And I feel like some of you could be like almost overcoming some of those types of challenges, which are more, you know, it's like, I think maybe sometimes we're raised that money is evil, right? And then that creates money blocks in our life that we have to overcome. And we have to learn that money really isn't evil. I see a lot of that for you, but I feel like it's everything in your life, Leo. I feel like there are multiple things in your life that you've maybe learned because it's how you were raised, and you could be overcoming a lot of those things. With the Justice card, you have the Sun. Love it. Definitely could be a Libra or someone with a lot of Libra on their chart coming in for you. I feel like you'll be very happy if this is love. Kind of gives me royal vibes. It's interesting because you have the purple tapestry behind the you know, Justice person there. So I kind of feel there is like almost like a divinely guided royal type of energy, very Leo, right? Type of person coming in for you. So I like to see that. With the Death card, you have the Four of Cups. You know, Four of Cups, I feel, is about needing to realize that you're manifesting steps. You know, as a card of contemplation, apathy, thinking the grass is greener. But I don't think that's true. I think you're kind of like manifesting steps in your life. And so you might be kind of manifesting the actions you need to take to get to a goal. And I would just keep pushing forward. Don't allow yourself to be disappointed. With the Knight of Swords, you have the Four of Pentacles. Yeah, no returning to the past. You know, I feel like when we leave a comfort zone, when we do something like expand or grow our business or get into a relationship that becomes serious, we're stepping outside of our comfort zone. So there's like a little bit of sometimes maybe we want to run back to the past. I feel like this is just saying don't do it. This is an amazing reading. I love this. Very powerful. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But